Guys, what's up? It's NoyTebs blog here. Today our topic is all about Canada need more immigrant after this pandemic. Please stay tuned until the end of this video. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell so to be notified if I have new videos uploaded on my channel. Let's get started. The role immigrant labor is playing to keep the country moving during the pandemic is proof of why robust immigration must continue in the aftermath. The Federal Immigration Minister Marco Mendicino said, while the health and safety of Canadians must be assured before the door of the country can be opened as widely again, they will be, Mendicino said. He believes Canadians would want it that way. Immigration is fundamentally about people coming together to build a strong country, and that is an enduring value that I believe in. That I have faith in Canadians that they believe in will be seen endure long after the pandemic is behind us, he said in an interview with the Canadian press. Just as the pandemic has begun to force travel ban and borders shut down last March, Mendicino had released the Liberals' next 3 years plan for immigration. It could for the admission of 341,000 permanent residents in 2020, 351,000 in 2021, and 361,000 in 2022, record heights. They followed the annual increase to immigration level by the provision conservative government as well. The politician at all strip had moved to address chronic job shortage in a certain sector of the economy. But with the domestic unemployment nearing historic level, questions are already emerging about whether those increases are sustainable, given that the economic crisis will linger long after the health crisis has passed. Can Canada accommodate an additional 1% of the immigrants and the refugee added to our population in the future? Conservative immigration critic Kent asked Mendicino during the recent appearance at the House of Commons Committee. Mendicino told the committee an update on the level would be provided in the fall. He wouldn't say whether the targets remain even from the logistic point of view, given the border and the travel restriction in place around the world. But he said the pandemic has showcased the essential nature of the work newcomers do. We could not put food on the plate of Canadians at an affordable price without the immigrants. We could not support our frontline worker without immigration, he said. So it's vital important that we continue to migrate today in a manner that it's safe and orderly, and also to drive the future that we all believe will be unpinned by the immigration as it has been in the past. Temporary foreign workers who are largely employed by the agriculture industry were initially shut down from Canada when the decision was made to close the border to all but citizen or permanent residency. The government moved swiftly to revise the decision after the outcry. The fact that people consider all essential, however, often work in a less than optimal condition, and we grave certainly around their future has always raised questions about whether the program itself needs to be rethought. Mendicino said the government has moved to create better roads to permanent residency for temporary foreign workers. A new program that opened is aimed to those working in the meat processing, the mushroom, the greenhouse production, as well as the livestock raising industry. It would give them the ability to settle in Canada permanently. The program had been announced a year ago and expected to open for application earlier this year, but that was delayed due to the pandemic. The planned resumption of the parent and the grandparent sponsorship program in late April is also on hold. Question about the future of the international student program. With the international student pouring on an estimate of 21.6 billion into the economy, their absence this fall as borders remain closed could be a huge blow. The government is trying to alleviate that by making some tweaks to keep students connected to Canada. One change announced this week has been to allow those who will now be taking courses online still qualify for a student visa. The previous requirements a certain amount of time in Canada. Another program on post is the refugee settlement. The Liberals were heavily criticized for shutting down that stream of new arrivals when they shut the border last March. Advocates continue to argue that the world most vulnerable need the assistance now than more ever. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that the health and safety of Canadians must come first, but the Canada remain committed to uphold this refugee settlement obligation under the international conventions. We will always make sure we're getting the balance right, he said. But first and foremost, my job is to look out for the well-being of Canadians. So guys, my advice to you is to take the review, the IELTS and the CELPIP test. If you already ready to take the test, then give it a try to take the exam. This year of 2020 until 2022, almost 1 million immigrants they need here in Canada. So again, what are you waiting for? But again, you can also check on the EIPP, the Agricultural Food Immigration Pilot, the provincial nominees, the Saskatchewan, the Manitoba, and the Rural and the Northern Pilot Program, because we'll never know you will be qualified on that program here in Canada. So lastly guys, if you have any friends and relatives that are here in Canada, maybe they can recommend you a job or an employer that they can hire you. That could be the easiest way to come to Canada. Shout out to those who click the join button: MacGyver, Ronel Crison, or Revert TV, Nidhi Greer, 101 Food Travel, English Teacher in France, Juhab's Blog, Tuchimore, Noel Vlogs, Northside Band, Lisa Fergie Vlog, June's Vlogs, Sayuri Mikimoto, CJ Gabriel Vlog, Lynn Pila, Boboram TV, Mia Gabs HK Vlogger. If you want to be shout out on my channel, please just click the join button on the description below. And that's about it guys. And again, if you have any question or suggestion, please don't forget to comment below. And you can also share this video to your friends and relatives that are planning to apply to Canada. So once again, this is NoyTebs. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and God bless everyone.